Hello, this is Kristen here at Kentucky Reptile Zoo, and we thought it might be fun to take a closer look at a rattlesnake's rattle today. So I've put this rattlesnake in a tube so I can safely hold him and we can look at the rattle. So this one has a really nice rattle. This is a Western Diamondback rattlesnake, Curtilus atrox, and this one is a male. And the rattle is basically made of keratin, same thing as your fingernails and the same thing as the snake's scales. And the snake gets a new button on his rattle every time he sheds his skin. So there's no direct correlation between the age of the snake and the length of the rattle. It just has to do with how many times the snake has shed. This one actually, at least very close to, has his entire rattle from his whole life. The rattle grows from the base outwards, so the youngest segments are here. And this dark spot right here, this base segment, is the one that forms each new rattle. So the skin from this dark part right here is what sheds off to make each consecutive button. And when the snake shakes his tail, which he's not doing right now, even though he was earlier, the segments knock against each other. If we look kind of at the end of the rattle here, kind of want to be gentle so I don't break it off. Do you see how the tip of the rattle, you can see that that very end segment has a piece that is, or a part that is wider. That's what's inside here. And then, whoops, and then two smaller pieces just above that, or parts, I guess. They're all one piece. So each segment of the rattle is shaped that same way. It's kind of like a squished Kong, if you're familiar with the dog toy. And then when the snake shakes his tail, those pieces are kind of loosely fit together and they knock against each other, and that's what makes the sound. Maybe, Kat, can you, like, if I hold the base, can you move the top of it so you can see, like, just see how they move around? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm losing focus.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. The snake is like, what is happening? The other thing that I think is really cool is that the shaker muscles that the snake has in its tail, so they're basically the muscles that are right down here close to the rattle on either side, they are some of the fastest twitching muscles in the world. And when a snake is vibrating its tail, it's basically shaking it back and forth something like 5 times in the amount of time it takes you to blink. So that shaker muscle is really incredible, and that's why if you ever get a rattle, or me doing this, is never going to sound exactly like the snake's rattle, because we can't move ourselves as fast as the snake can move its tail. Which is pretty neat. All right. I'm gonna let this guy go back to his little home. Thanks for watching. That is the most pathetic rattling I've ever seen. Come on. Nope. Rattle.
Show us your adaptive magic.
It's a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you like rotated to turn. Yeah, there's a little bit.
Yeah, we got a little.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, but more of that.